I hesitated before the entrance of the monolithic manor that had long stood abandoned, silently watching over our small town. It was a relic of a bygone era, an era steeped in opulence and mystery. The locals whispered tales of spirits trapped within its dilapidated walls, shadows of the mansion's affluent past. Tonight, armed with nothing but a torch and an insatiable curiosity, I was about to debunk the fables, or confirm them. Stepping through the grand wooden doors, the musty scent of untouched history greeted me. The moonlight faintly illuminated the grandeur of the old manor. I began my exploration in the heart of the mansion. The grand ballroom. It was a gigantic room filled with cobwebs, empty chandeliers, and the echoes of bygone revelries. In the middle of the ballroom was a colossal, antique mirror, ornately decorated. Its reflection seemed to shimmer with an ethereal glow, uncharacteristic of the feeble moonlight that streamed into the room. As I walked towards it, I felt an inexplicable pull, a feeling of being drawn in. In the mirror, my reflection stared back, but behind me was not the decrepit room I was standing in. Instead, it was a lively scene, a bustling ballroom filled with ladies in grand gowns and gentlemen in tailored suits, dancing with gusto. I turned around to see an empty room, but when I looked back into the mirror, the ball was in full swing. Suddenly, my hand reached out, as if controlled by a force other than me, and touched the glass. A shock ran through me. As I was pulled into the mirror, the ballroom in its full grandeur around me. Confused and terrified, I tried to run back to the mirror, but where it stood was a wall. The guests took no notice of me, dancing with merriment and indulging in their festivity. Hours turned into days as I found myself trapped in this terrifying reflection. I roamed the mansion, unseen by the spectral partygoers. The once grand mansion became my prison. The joyous festivity, my soundtrack of horror. The mirror, my entrance, was nowhere to be found. Finally, in the library, I found an old diary, the pages yellowed with time. It belonged to the mansion's last mistress. In her final entries, she mentioned a curse she had placed on the mansion. Anyone who dared to venture into the mansion at night would be pulled into the mirror, forever to be a silent observer of the mansion's past. Her haunting words rang clear. The mirror is the trap. The ballroom, your prison. In that moment, I realized I had become another victim of the mirror's curse, a prisoner of the mansion's past. The mirror, the once beautifully crafted piece, was now a horrifying symbol of my eternal confinement. As I looked around the grandeur that was my prison, I knew one thing for sure. I had sought to debunk the tales of the haunted mansion, but I ended up living them. The mansion was indeed haunted, not by ghostly apparitions, but by the vibrant shadows of its own past, forever ensnared in time. And now, so was I. Every night, I watch from the silent fringes as the specters dance, forever trapped in this mirrored past. And all I can do is hope for release, for someone to shatter the mirror from the other side and break the curse. Until then, I remain, lost in the reflection of the past,